I have created a short DeltaMath tutorial. This is the student sample page that is available to me, but this is very similar to what you would see as a student. So when you log into your class on DeltaMath, you will see upcoming assignments, and those would be the assignments that you want to focus on. If for some reason you do not complete an assignment by the due date that is listed at the very bottom of the assignment, it would fall underneath a late category, so watch out for that. So here would be an example of an assignment. So just starting off 1.1, I will usually label it with some sort of standard and then the topic that it covers. This would be your score on the assignment, so the percentage of the assignment that you have completed, as well as the sections that are listed in your assignment. So for example, this has two sections, so two-step equations and three-step linear equations, and you have to correctly complete 3 questions in each section in order for your assignment to be 100% complete. So how you do that is you click on the sections one at a time. So if I click on two-step equations, your first question will come up. For this problem, there's some information that you should look out for. So the record would be the highest score that has ever been for you guys, or for your score, and then that will match here as well. Penalty, I won't probably ever put a penalty on your score because I don't want it to be reduced. However, you will have to get 3 correct before your assignment is considered complete. So right now it's at 0 because I've completed 0 questions and my score is 0. The question mark means that you're looking at a question, and then this is the equation that we're working with. Down here it says how many attempts that you have, and for most assignments I'll give you 2 attempts. So this would be my first attempt out of 2, so even if I mess up something I can go back and try again. If you just have no idea how to do a problem, you can click give up and it will move you on to the next problem, but you will not earn any credit for that, and you still need to complete 3 questions correctly in order for this assignment to be complete. If you are very stuck and you have no idea where to start, a great thing that you could do would be to click Show Example. So if I show example, it would give me an example of the type of problem I'm working on, and it'll show me the steps for completing it. And then what you can do is, after studying this and studying the steps you need to take, go back to your original problem and then try them with this problem. So if I actually solved out this problem, subtract 88 from both sides, I get negative 11 equals negative 11r. So then r would be 1. In your answer box, I could type the answer 1. If I try to type the answer r equals 1 and I hit submit answer, it will give me a little bit of feedback and say, please do not write an equal sign in your answer. For example, if you're solving for x, instead of typing x equals 7, just type 7. So taking that, keeping that in mind, I can just type the number 1 instead. Yes, I would like to submit the answer. When you get the answer correct, you'll have a green check mark. Your record would be 1 out of 3 because I've gotten 1 out of 3 questions right, and that's also your score. The 17% is for the entire assignment though. So remember, there were 2 sections in this assignment. So technically, even though I'm only doing 3 sections or 3 questions in this problem or in this section, I'm only completed 17% of the whole assignment so far. Excellent. Once you've done that, you can click next problem, and then you can go ahead and you can try another problem. Let's go ahead and show what happens if I get this question wrong. So let's just type in 100, for example. It tells me my answer is not correct. Asks me to try to find my mistake. This might be a good time for you to check out that example problem, and then you'll have 1 attempt remaining. So let's go ahead. If on this problem, we'll do 1,000 now, so I can show you what happens if you get it wrong a second time. If you get it wrong a second time, your percentage of your assignment is still 17. Nothing changed there, nothing changed on your score, and nothing changed on your record. This red X means you got the problem incorrect. And what can happen now is that you can look at the actual question they gave you and look at the solution and see where you went wrong. Now, obviously, I just guessed a random number, so that is where I went wrong, but you might have accidentally forgot to divide by a -9, or you might have added 54 to both sides instead. And so now what you do is click next problem and you try again, and you can keep going like that. For obviously not all of our problems are going to be as simple as two-step equations, and so some of the things you want to keep in mind are your keyboard that you can use. So for example, like if I wanted to square a number, so if I wanted to do, or a variable could be your answer, I could type in an x and then I could hit this number, which would make it an x squared, or I could type in if I needed to do the square root of something, I could do the square root of x squared, or I could do the square root of 17. And that could be my answer. If we need pi, I can always throw pi in there as well. So there are definitely a couple of options that you can use on this keyboard to help you, as well as sometimes they provide extra buttons available for you if you might have to use them. So that could be something that you utilize to help yourself out quite a bit. So if I go back, notice now, so I have completed one question correctly out of the assignment and one out of this section. That means I've completed 17% of the assignment. And so once I complete 2 more questions in here, I could move on to my 3-step linear equations and do the same thing and then work through problems that way. If you have any questions, please let me know.